This was in 1981. That's when I thought, there's something I have to share with everybody, and I didn't know what was that something.
How old were you
And
then?
then I
What was
took
that
a
age?
10 days of silence. I said, before that also I was teaching meditation, yoga, but I was not satisfied with what I was doing. But then I said, no, there's something more that I need to bring to people, and I see so much suffering around. And then after 10 days, then I started teaching, and I started learning myself too, what I was teaching.
10 days of silence?
Yeah.
Total silence. Are you alone, or are the people there with you?
No, I was by myself. 10 days of silence I took.
When you take 10 days of silence, where are you? Are you in a field? I don't know where or are you in a
I was in a small place, a room on bank of a river there in India, in south of India, Tunga River, Bhadra River.
My ex's father, who was a Buddhist, used to go on silent retreats, and it was for over a week. And so he would do the same thing, and then he thought it was super helpful for him.
silence? You kind of promote silence as something.
It's an experience everyone should have. The silence is the mother of all creativity. It's so much fun. Usually in the morning place when someone has died, it's an expression of respect for someone who has passed on to the other side. You stand up and observe 1 minute of silence or something like that. But there is a silence which is so joyful, which is different type of silence, which takes you to another dimension deep within.
At the end of 10 days of silence, what's the first thing you listen to, or what's the first thing you say? You put on a radio, what do you do?
Then I started teaching. There was a few doctors in the town, about 8 of them, and then another 30 other engineers and other students joined together. Then I started my first program with them at that time. Then they all felt so great, so wonderful. Then it just started rolling. 43 years now doing this.
How do you take a silent retreat still?
I do.
What's the longest you've been silent for?
No, actually I don't need any more silence retreats, but I do conduct silence retreats where 5 days, 7 days, like that, 10 days.
I want to invite you back on another episode. That we're going to do just a silent episode with you. Is that a good idea?
You asked for it.
And this is beautiful. That was beautiful. That was, because especially for the people who aren't watching on YouTube, just a moment of silence. It just it was spiritual.
It's so funny for me to hear this advice given to you, who cannot sit for a second with silence.
I can't. And the truth of the matter is, as we were talking before, I will work and force myself to stay as active as possible until I can't stand up. I will not even lie in bed, saying if I go to bed, I have to be so exhausted that I will fall asleep. I can't lie. I can't be with myself. So
listen, Howdy, you can't say I can't this, I can't do. You can. If you can talk, you can be so dynamic, you can be quiet also. You have all these abilities. Sometimes we put a limitation to ourselves. We have this capacity to do everything.
So I have this limitation that I'm building myself, that I'm having.
That you can't be silent.
Well, because I'm afraid. What happened? I'm afraid.
What's happening now?
I'm waiting for some.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Every time we wait for something, we are silent.
Right.
Yeah. And then the moment you are saying, you are in a state of, wow, there is silence. You are enjoying beauty. You are watching sunset. Your mind goes blank. Correct? So it's sort of woven in our lifestyle.